Hi everybody. I greet everybody who is watching me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is John K. If today is your first time of watching my YouTube channel, John K, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so that anytime I have a message, you can have it automatically. John K. You can thump it, you can like it, you can share to other fellow brothers. I sent a message yesterday talking about clarifications of leading to deportation, and I believe anyone who have watched it, you'll be interested and you will understand why some people are being deported without notice. So if you are watching me today also, I have a similar message concerning deportation, and I tell this message who is exempted, who are exempted from being deported, who are exempted, or which person is exempted from being deported. So you can take your paper, you can take your pen, or you can pay attention to me what I want to say concerning who is exempted from deportation. We have all passed through these things since we arrived in Germany. We have passed through many difficulties like this source of deportation. And sometimes people will say staying in Europe sometimes is lucky. That is what some people believe, say it's lucky. And I simply understand it that way, that it's 50-50. 50-50. Sometimes it's lucky, sometimes it's not lucky. Why it's not lucky? Because sometimes by your hard work, by your effort of trying to find your destiny, you can also succeed in that way. But the way some people say it's lucky is that you might not even dream of marrying a white woman, and unfortunately you'll be lucky to get a white lady who is very rich, and she can take good care of you. She can even sponsor you a loan from bank to do business, and she can as well help your family under some few period before you see your family has been rooted out of poverty through that white lady or through that white man. This is how sometimes it tends to be lucky. And or if a white woman will give you a baby, will pregnant for you, and you get a baby, maybe you are entitled to be deported and you get a baby through the white lady, you are exempted from that deportation. Because Germany, they love children so much. Some African country that they make play with children. Germany, they don't joke with a child. They don't joke with children. Africa, you see a woman, when a child fuck up small, the way you slap that child, it's like the child should go to hell. Germany, they don't treat children like that, my brothers and sisters. In Germany, they don't treat children like that. So if you are listening to me, listen to me very carefully. Who are exempted from being deported? Who are exempted from deportation? And this thing I'm telling you is very, 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 very important to notice which people are exempted from deportation. As I've said it already, one point I said, when you get a white woman or a white man, because I'm speaking from vice versa, male and female. When you get a white woman or you get a white man who is very rich, he might not be rich, it might be in the average limits of rich. He can also still take care of you. Once he decided to marry you or settle with you, you are exempted from deportation. Another thing also, as I said, when a white lady got a baby for you, maybe you are entitled to be deported, and a white woman unfortunately get a baby for you, you are also exempted from deportation, being deported. Not only white woman, but any person, whether black man, black woman, also, who have a stay. Once, so long as you have a stay in Germany and she is pregnant for you, you are exempted from deportation. Why? Because they will think when they deport you as a father, that burden will be on them. All the necessary needs, apart from education, will be on the government, the state, the city. So instead of them to allow it so to happen, they will allow you to settle and take care of the child, so that the burden will not be too much for the government. Because it's not only you they will be taking care, they take care of a lot. So the more they are doing, they are creating deportation to some immigrants, and those immigrants are left with babies behind. That burden will be increasing and increasing and increasing, and that will not be fair for the government. So for that case, you are exempted from being deported. The next thing is that if you came with a sickness and the sickness is, they consider is not able to be treated where you come from, you are also will be exempted from being deported. Example, you have a problem from the eye, or you have a problem from the leg, or you have a stomach problem, or you have some natural diseases, some diseases that is related to families, like diabetes and gonorrhea, or whatever you call it, and doctor approves. You have been going to hospital often and often during your asylum seeking in Germany, and the doctor knows that they want to deport you. A doctor can give notice to the state or to the government or to the authority that this person will lose his or her life when they deport him back to his origin. So in such case, the state, the government, the authority, the lawmakers will go over it, think about you, and exempted you from being deported. These are the categories of people that are being exempted from being deported. And another thing is, when you come from a war zone, when you come from a war zone like Syria, like Sierra Leone in those days, like Liberia, like Iraq, like Afghanistan, like Mali now, even Nigeria, northern part of Nigeria, once they confirm that you are from there, you are also exempted from being deported, my brother. Let me chew these things before I continue. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm John K. John K, your guy. Anytime you you watch my YouTube channel and you are interested, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that whenever I upload a message, you also get it as part of your property. Thank you so much. As we continue, I have narrated the categories of people who are being exempted for deportation. Like doctors approve of a sickness, like you are from a war zone, like you got a citizen of that country who decided to marry you, or who decided to give you a baby. These 4 categories of people are being exempted from being deported. The next thing, the number 5, is someone whom you come as an asylum seeker from a war zone, and your life is in danger if you return back. War zone is still the same as war zone, because when you consider it, maybe someone says from Nigeria. In Nigeria, southern part of Nigeria, there is peace, everything is moving on. Only the northern part of Nigeria, there is a bit of civilian war, attacks from the Boko Haram. That one too, if they approve it, they consider it truly, you will be exempted from being deported. When you are exempted, it means they have to give you stay. Not must, but they will give you stay. So anyhow, anywhere, anyhow, any moment from that time, they will give you stay. So these categories, brothers, as I've mentioned, take note of these categories. You take note of these categories. Another thing is, when you don't believe your statement, maybe you bring a statement, the statement is a lie. Example, you are a Ghanaian, or you're a Cameroonian, you're a Togolese, and you say you come from Sudan. When they check over and over and over, and they are not convinced, embassy have also reject you, say you are from Sudan, and they don't know your whereabouts, you don't want to talk the truth, also you are exempted from being deported. Until maybe after some years, maybe a year or 2, through your effort, you want to learn their language, you are serious to learn their language, you are serious to work, they grant you a stay, a permission of work, they grant you all this permission, and they see your profile, how hard you are working for the country, for the state, for the city in where you live. The government can also consider you a stay. But now they will be demanding your nationality. And now instead of Sudan, you bring Cameroon or Ghana. They will only give you some charges. And that charges, you work for it. Maybe a month or 2 or 3 months, you pay finish. They will give you stay. These are the people who are being exempted. About 6 categories I've mentioned. Another thing is that they wanted to deport you, but through your what should I say, yourself? You are part of people who are to be deported, But example, you like studying, you like to do many things to show the people how serious you are to live in Germany. You used to go to the office and also talk with them how serious you want to learn work, how serious you want to learn this thing, how serious you want to learn language, how serious all these things. It will make anytime you go to their foreign office, they'll extend your visa for you. You know, asylum seeker, they give you 6 months in the first time. Some they give them 3 months. After it finish, you go again, they renew it for you. And sometimes they give you, once they are put your name on deportation, sometimes they give you only one month. They wanted to see if you will find your way, your own way yourself, or find your level yourself. But they can't see your report. Everything about you is good. They will still grant you. Maybe they give you 3 months. When the 3 months expire, you come again, they'll give you another 3 months. They want to watch you how effort you are. That you will not go and put your hand. Their target is that you go and put your hand on any bad thing, that they can stand on it and say, hey, it's enough. We take you back to your country. But all these things, you remove your hand from it. Like example, drug dealing, you remove your hand. Your hand is free from all those things. And you cool down, my brothers. You cool down. You always pray within your heart and you still work hard. I've done a message before that it is not by prayer that everything can be solved. It is by your effort, but we are not on that. Why prayer is so much important is that it encourages you, brothers. It encourages you. So by that praying, you get more courage that it shall be well. It will work. It will work. It will work. By so doing, beloved, they can consider you. Not because you are a fine boy, not because you are a fine girl, they consider you stay. No. They consider how effort you are. Seriously learning the language, you are communicating good with them, and you have fight to get job employment, and they have given you the job employment, yes. The allowedness for job, yeah. Sorry, I'm speaking German. That is Arbeitserlaubnis. That's job permission. This is how I should say job permission. And you are working, you are paying tax. They can also consider these categories. Your hand is not in drug. Your hand is not in stealing. Your hand is not against any other illegal something. You are exempted from being deported. So take note of that any asylum seeker, it's not any asylum seeker that is to be deported is 100% will be deported. Sometimes your deportation, they think about it so much, maybe for some months and months and months. And before you see, you'll be granted, before you have 6 months. The 6 months will change to 3 months. 3 months will change to 1 month. 1 month will change to 2 weeks. Some asylum seeker, they give them 2 weeks. And all these things, this time you have been showing effort of, language speaking school, job permission, you are working, they can also consider all these categories. You are paying tax and exempt you from being deported. I know, I give you example, I know of a brother who have 2 kids with his wife. When they have 2 kids, government know them as fiancé. They don't marry officially here. They told them to go back to their country, wherever they come from, they should go back. They gave them time to go back. They consider this woman have a small child, and they consider the man, maybe the effort he has been working, he has been paying tax. Even though they disapprove their asylum status, but for the sake of the effort of the man, they consider them, they grant them stay. They grant them stay. No be